Amidst major backlash in recent weeks about their part in the acquisition and possible development of Lighthouse Point in South Eleuthero, Disney Cruise Line representatives today hoping to turn speculations into facts. The company says it looks forward to environmentally sensitive developments, a celebration of Bahamian culture, providing great economic opportunities, and being a part of developing the community.
An opportunity for the sale of Bahamian goods as well as working with vendors and other companies as well. So those are some of the specific opportunities that we see, those that we've heard directly from those in Eleuthero that are important to them: access to high quality jobs, full-time sustainable employment, increasing the number of calls by 40% to the Bahamas over the next 5 years between now and 2023 means we'll be nearly doubling our presence here. So those are the things we've heard, but we're particularly excited that this economic impact we think will be significant for Eleuthero and also for the Bahamas.
The company says it also intends to provide access to over 150 high-quality full-time jobs, which they admit Eleutherans express is very important to them, not only direct jobs but indirect jobs.
What we've also heard is a desire for us to be involved in the community, and that's something that we love to do as Disney. So we like to go into the communities in which we do business and make a difference. We have a particular focus on children and families, so we look for opportunities to enrich children and families. And we've gotten requests, for example, to adopt a school. That's a great idea for us. That's something that is near and dear to our heart, and so I think that we look for those kind of opportunities as well to partner with and help strengthen the community in the ways the community wants us to. We're not a company that goes in and says, we're going to do these 5 things because we think that's what should be done. We really want to work with the community and say, what are your needs? How can we most help and make an impact?
As for the argument that Disney won't develop Eleuthero's economy, the cruise line's president, Jeff Vail, says, check the record.
We're a huge company admired around the world for what we do and doing the right thing. And so coming in and not doing something that we said is just not how we do business and not who we are as a company. So I think that would be the first thing that I would respond to that. I think the other response I'd have is judge us on our history. We've got a history in Castaway that we're glad to be judged on, and for people to go look at that experience and how we've worked in Castaway Cay and worked with the crew members there and the communities there. So that's what we would say, is that speculation is interesting, but judge us on our history and judge us on who we are as a company.
75% of Disney Cruise Lines visit the Bahamas and 40% visit the Bahamas exclusively. Tourism Minister Dionisio Diagler previously said the government is not going to allow the area around Lighthouse Point to be developed in a commercial sense. The plan was to do so sooner, but of course that didn't happen. The government now intends to meet with gaming operators sometime this week. That according to Attorney General Carl Bethel, who says they needed time to get their case together. The need for the sit-down stems from gaming bosses' decision to take the government to court over a sliding scale tax imposed on their business, coupled with a 5% stamp tax on gaming patrons.
We were trying to marshal our case, and get in position all of the things that we needed done in order to present our case, should the need arise. This week we are trying to meet.
While an injunction was not issued in the matter, the government agreed not to implement any of the taxes until the court has made its decision. In the interim, Supreme Court Justice Indra Charles encouraged the two sides to sit and discuss the merits of the case. Now, Wayne Monroe, attorney for TIG Investments, which includes Paradise Games, Island Games, and Assure Win, accepts that the court can make the recommendation but cannot force the government to do anything. He added that his client's main issue is that no consultation was made on the so-called discriminatory taxes.
Presently, even before we look at attacking or whether we could attack the implementation of the tax, we say, okay, if you are right, here are all the issues with the stamp tax, for instance. The more I sit and talk to my clients about it, about how their business runs, about what runs, about how people will react, the more I'm beginning to see stamp tax as administratively unworkable. And that's probably why nobody else does it on gaming. On the operator tax, the regulation is just vague. It used to be on taxable revenue, which was gross revenue minus winnings. Now they say revenue collected. Well, it cannot be all of the revenue collected because the gaming regulation makes the gaming house let the customer win at least 75% of the time.
The two sides head back to court on October 5th.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.